Yes, Metal Cooler, yes I am. Hello chat, welcome. I'm going to just turn the background audio down a little bit. There we go. Something like that. How are we all doing? Welcome back to some more TLD. It's quite late, so I'm quite tired.
Yeah.
But Jane was like poking me in the ribs going, just stream, go stream. And here I am. I did want to do an evening stream. I got kind of a bit caught up in Star Citizen. I'm in jail. I'm in jail on Star Citizen. I was trying to fly 60,000 AUEC's worth of cargo. That's about let's call it $60,000 for the non-Star Citizen folks. Towards an outpost, and then a bug killed me, and I went from like 60,000 to like fucking 2,000 like credits, and I was like, and I did what any self-respecting person would do. I immediately turned to a life of crime and killed 10 security officers, and they threw me in jail. Oh, who knew? And so I'm currently serving a 12-hour sentence. I know that's pretty light for fucking octagonal murder. I don't know, murder in the 8th degree. I have no idea. But it's like fucking. I killed like a shitload of people. But like it's 12 hours of IRL time, and I have to reduce my sentence by mining, and I just hate the mining. It's genuinely, I'm never gonna kill people again. Salt rage, that's it. It was so bad because like you spend all that time, like it took like 6 or 7 like cargo runs, like a few hours of like playing, a few hours of grinding, and then a bug just deletes it all, and it's like. So that like this guy got like this mission generated, and it was like 34,000 credits to break into a prisoner transport and thaw 4 prisoners out of cryo, and that was it. Like I was just like, brilliant, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll get in there. I went in there with my fucking SMG, killed like 12 security personnel, so you can appreciate why they're a bit pissed with me. To be fair, I killed 12 of them and shot down 2 Cutlass Blacks that were escorting the vessel, so you can appreciate why they were a bit anally retentive with me. Fuck loans and fuck security officers, that's it. So yeah, we're going to be jumping into some Long Dark. If you missed the last stream, or if you haven't caught up, it was starting off as like a really bad stream because I like wasted a load of arrows. Like I had 6 arrows and I was down to like 2. But then I found, like, a couple of spare ones, as I remember it. Or, like, I've got, like, a broken arrow that I need to repair. Or I think I have repaired.
Oh, yeah.
Just find the capture window. There it is. That's over there. And then I need to put chat over here. And then that window there. And then tab back into the Long Dark. And then I think we're good to go. Fantastic. Thank you very much there to Adax. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome. Thank you also to Redbeard. Jesus, there's so many subs and stuff. We'll start with, Ryu Sada. Thank you very much there for the 19 months. Thank you also to Judge Dread Demand there. Has 18 months really flown by. Keep up the quality content and give Jaina a hug. I gave her a sort of light tap on the knee. I hope that's okay. She's kind of got the laptop on her legs, so I can't really go in for the full hug. Metal Head there, 1 more month until he's an old fucker, a big blue bear, which is fantastic stuff. And then Redbeard as well. Dear God, a year. I started watching you with TLD. It's only fitting that this stream I would catch you from 1 year. Well, there we go. That's very kind, Redbeard. Good to have you in, you ancient bastard. How are you doing? At the moment, trying to set up a Worms game with Freddy to see if we can do community games with it this weekend. Ah, right. I've never played Worms. Never quite caught my attention. Like, I'm just going to tighten up the bracket on this microphone here. There we go. That's a bit firmer. Right, let us jump into our survival mode. So yeah, we were trying to find a deer that ran off with 2 of our arrows, and we inadvertently found like a prepper's cache. So as I wake up here, I'm just going to have a bit of a drink, and we're going to go downstairs and we're going to have a look at what we have down there. Now, I am very much starting the hunter-gatherer gameplay, which is fantastic. I do really need to eat, but I've got a load of venison in, which is fantastic. I'm going to crack on with that.
All I can think about is food.
Right, let's get down here. So yeah, I got some like more rifle ammunition. As you can see, the rifle shelf is looking very healthy. I've got some spare revolvers and stuff downstairs, but I've got loads of books and everything, which is excellent. We found like a good half of this food, which was fantastic. We got a shitload of chocolate bars, which the placement of them was like being really weird. There we go. Look, now I can place them really close to each other. I don't know why it was sort of freaking out the other day. I think it's... I don't know why it freaks out, but yeah. And then we went and killed ourselves a deer, which is all of this down here. We've also got a little bit of wolf meat up here. Have I got intestinal parasites? Not yet. I'm at risk of them, though. So I think I'm going to fire up the stove, and I'm going to start by cooking up some venison that we have in here. So let's just grab that from the freezer, or the fridge, I should say, and we'll get all of this on the hob. Quite dark, but we should be yeah, we can kind of see, which is nice. Right, bit of fur firewood. Let's fire up the stove here. We're going to use, as ever, our really damaged fire striker, because that's the one we're using. And we're going to use just one of our sticks here, unless obviously it gives us grief. In fact, you know what? We'll use a book, because that's got a really good chance of starting. Restarting the game helps. Also, did you get the stuff from the bunker? Yes, I got pretty much everything from the bunker, which is nice. Hello, React. Good to see you, matey. Lovely. Jump in there. Let's have a look. So I did grab like a couple of pieces of cedar wood, which was nice. What else do we have? Pretty much everything up here is just waiting for food here, so let's get all of that on there. We can do, it's a very large range this, so we're going to be able to cook quite a bit. I'm really happy to be getting this much venison, because this is going to feed us for a good couple of days, this. Yeah, this is gonna feed us really well. Very happy with that. Let's see if there's anything else that I could be doing in the meantime. We did have a tussle with a wolf while we were out and about, so let's take a look at gear. Was anything really damaged? It looks like our gloves have seen better days. We need to go and grab some cloth to make a repair. Do I have any spare cloth in here? I'm sure I've got some spare clothes. I do have some spare clothes that I can like rip into. Let's do a little bit of that. Just do some patchwork. Let's just rip up a few old pairs of socks. 20 minutes. Good stuff. Since you're cooking so many, wouldn't it be better to not use the pots and save their durability? That's a fair point, actually. I didn't realise that it was it would damage the pot's durability. Okay, if you make a fair point, I shall definitely do that. And just move that there. I guess I can put the pots up on the side here. Didn't realise that they had I guess it makes sense that they have durability, but yeah, I didn't. Is it something you can repair? Hello, J-Bar. Yeah, we're just waiting for shit to get cooked up here, which is nice. That was it. I was in the middle of repairing. You have to forgive me, I'm a little bit scatterbrained. This, we got actions, we were going to harvest this up. 45 minutes is a bit long. Can I do some patchwork to the gloves now that I've got? Yes, 70% chance of success. Fuck, it heard me. It heard me say it. 9 minutes. Let's just start grabbing that. Going to be able to eat just a lot of this right off the hob, which is nice. And again, because it's cooked, pick up.
I might have to drop some gear.
And then cook. Cook that, pick up this one, cook this one, cook this one, and then we've got about an hour. I want to put on a little bit more firewood. I think I'll just leave that to simmer out. I might put on a couple of these recycled cans here. Might put some water in them, because it won't take that long to boil that up. Only a ½ litre, yeah, that should all be done in an hour. Select ½ litre of that, a couple of cans like. We're going to just probably won't have one more yet. We'll put all of this in the freezer for now. It will keep, but not for very long. I've kind of got to go out and replenish my stock every day. Right, now what am I carrying that's really weighing me down here? I've got a lot of like shit on me, I think. Let's have a look. Cooking pots only degrade if you burn food or boil out food on them. Is that right? Okay, that's not too bad then, because I've been fairly hands-on with it. I'm carrying all of those cooking pots. I'll put them off to one side. I mean, they're on pretty high percentage, all of them. Like, I very rarely actually, like, boil them out all the way, do I? So, can you find, like, frying pans, or is cooking pots, like, the only one? Oh, this is really good. I'm really happy that we managed to fell that deer. I'm happy that we've also got 4 arrows, because it means we could potentially go out hunting again. We did level. Don't know whether we leveled up our bow skill, actually. Let's have a mooch here. That's crafting, sorry. Archery skill, yes we did. Look at this. So as your use of your bow increases, it feels less awkward in your hands, your aim is a little more steady, and your shots deal more damage. Bow sway reduced by 25%, arrow damage increased by 10%. So again, we're still looking for saplings. We're still looking for maple saplings, because we are not going to be able to, as I say, replenish our bow storage, if you like. If you have a look at our bow here, it's definitely seen better days, 29% and degrading fast. So we do have to be careful. But we are levelling up, we are doing a lot of things, which is great. Not going to keep the meat outside. Well, I did try that last time, didn't I? The only problem is, right, is that I don't think this porch... Thank you very much there to Pint Eastwood. Thank you very much for the 5 viewers there. I don't think this porch classifies outside as it used to, because it used to, and that would be fantastic. But yeah, I think I'm going to just keep stuff in the fridge and then try and, you know, be a bit less hoardy with the amount of food that I keep out here, because, like, I'm pretty sure if I put food out here... Well, let's do a test. Let's do a test while we're out today. Animals don't touch your meat outside anyways. So we've got 68 and 68. Let me take one of my wolf steaks, 68%. Remember the number, chat, 68. And we'll put one of them, like, out here. Just here, just as a test, just to see whether this is any better. Because I don't really want to put stuff outside. So I'll put that there, and we'll see whether that deteriorates any quicker. Right, that stuff, that's not potable, that's boiling over nicely. Just going to have a quick swig of water there. Good stuff, good stuff. We've got a shitload of spare matches, which I'm really happy about, to be honest. I've still got my fire strikers, which I'm still using. We did get that spare rabbit snare that I need to drop off downstairs. We've also got a spare knife I need to drop off. I've got quite a few revolver rounds, but I don't have enough to create a full box, so I'm going to keep them with me for now. A couple of spare arrow shafts, a little bit of charcoal. I've got a spare whetstone I need to drop off. We'll wait until all of this is done. We've got that gunpowder, that's going to weigh us down a fair bit. We've got these spare hoodies and things that we need to do to make repairs on that. Can we rip up a pair of socks? Let's harvest a pair of socks. Water shouldn't boil out. There we go, possible, cooked, and cooked. And the range is going to run out in a minute, which is excellent. So we're going to pop all of this inside the freezer up here with all of the rest of the food. Again, it shouldn't deteriorate too bloody quickly. It should keep for a few days as a bare minimum. Right, let's go downstairs and drop off some of the spare supplies that I've got then. I probably need to rip that up and head downstairs. It looks like the weather's quite agreeable, so I don't really want to waste it. Why not do Interloper? I'm not a big fan of Interloper, I'll be honest. Like, it's really difficult. And I know, like, you could call yourself, like, a hardcore survivalist. Oh, I can survive on Interloper. But you don't spot... There's no, like, knives. There's no hatchets or anything like that. It's really inhospitable. And I tend to find that it's really more... Like, there's a certain degree of luck that you have to have. And it's true, like, with, you know, any run. You know, like, whether you've got to have a little bit of luck to actually make it, kind of thing. But in the case of, like, Interloper, like, it's so difficult. Like, it's ridiculously difficult to get off the ground. And so, yeah, in the interest of not just dying over and over and over and over again and actually having a little bit of longevity in one of the runs, I decided to stick to this. We've got some spare lighter accelerant. I guess I could put that upstairs, because I don't need to carry all of it around. We can put our box of gunpowder down here. Let's do that. Doing a little bit of inventory management just while I remember to. Got that on there. Got our gunpowder. We've got a spare storm lantern. We're going to put the one that's got the most in over here, and we'll come and grab that a bit later, because we don't need to carry 2 around with us. Keeping my pry bar. I could drop off my bedroll, but it's better to take it with me. I've got multiple sewing kits which I'm not using. Could put those away in here for now. Grab a couple of them. That's there for minor repairs. Fish hook I'm not using. Spare can I'll just throw down here. Got my spare flare round. Got my spare whetstone I'll put in here. It's not really sorted yet, but yeah, I'll take what I can get. We'll put that down there. Rose hips I'll keep there. Water, I could put my spare hoodie just down here for now. I've got a couple of bits of spare clothing in there, although I do need to still make that repair, so let's do that. Big thank you to Elf Pedroso for gifting a sub there to Adrius, 144 subs, sir. Very, very kind. Thank you very much, mate. Let's repair those gloves. Keeps the frostbite off. Right then. Nice patchwork. Go and grab a drink and then we'll head outside. Mr. Elf Pedrosa, that's it. Yet another variation on Elf's name. Right then, let us head up and out. And then let's see what the world outside has for us. Probably want to just turn the game up a little bit. Just turned it up a little bit for me. Very cold. Visibility's good. Could maybe go for another wolf kill, because we are hankering for wolf kills, to be honest. Like, we do need to get some more wolf kills. Due to the fact that we are very close to the wolfskin jacket, and that's going to provide us with a degree of protection from wolves, because it should scare them off. Although it looks like whatever wolf pack normally hangs out over here, I've either killed them all, which I think is fair, because I killed quite a few wolves over this way, or they've moved on, probably stalking that deer pack over by the barn. Just check that there's nothing out over this way. Nothing at all, really. Very interesting. What I might do then, I think there's a piece of deer hide over here that I missed last time. I think I'm going to go over and just grab that whilst I am out of the house. We will see if there's anything worth sticking with the bow while I'm out here, but again, with the wind chill being -18, I don't think there's much chance. Got to be careful, because there is a degree of bearhood around here. There are 1 or 2 bears, definitely a bear off over that way that likes to wander up as far as here, which is pretty scary. In case you missed my earlier message, cooking pots decrease the time to cook things by 20%. The only other cooking item is the recycled can. I see. So they're precious for water then, at the very least. There's a bear. Way out there. I do declare. Right. Where is the... There is a... I'm sure there's like a cabin somewhere out this way. Well, there was a cabin out this way to my knowledge that had a dead deer in, but it seems that maybe I was imagining it. Maybe my orientation is completely off. More than likely the latter. Thank you very much to Citrus Jerry for the Twitch Prime sub, and Gino De Silva for the Twitch Prime sub as well. Thank you very much, both. I do need to try and snag me another rabbit. I do have enough stuff to create some more.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I draw the bow? Oh, I see. Gotcha. Broke the arrow, I think, but I'll take it. Take that with me. Keep it as a whole for now. We'll head on back. Nice one. Thank you very much for the bits there from Mr. Elf there. Last time I played Pleasant Valley, I killed a bear with a revolver from inside the porch. I went to the Thompson Crossing and came back. 2 more fucking bears were prowling that field.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's pretty high octane. There's a fair few bears down here. Thank you very much there to Cal as well. Jesus Christ, with the fucking hype train already. Yeah, no, it's good to see everyone in this evening. I know I'm competing with Herr Soviet and all the other people. So I appreciate your eyeballs this evening. Scam train. Scam train is up. Yeah, we'll we'll head back to the house with our rabbit. If we cure that, we've got ourselves a set of rabbit skin mittens, which will be very good. Also, nobody talking about that shot. Nobody talking about that arrow shot in chat, I noticed. Quality over quantity, I think so. That's what I keep telling myself when I look in the mirror. Good stuff. Soviet doesn't stream, he's just a YouTuber. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it, chat. You've a better voice to listen to. I'd like to think that we do have a degree of chill stream going on. I like to think that it's not quite as crazy. I also love that, like, genuinely, like, half the experience is chat, I will be honest. Thank you very much there to Buiski. Thank you very much. That arrow shot, though. There you go. Thank you. I could have left some out here, maybe. We'll go inside. Let's see if my thesis is right about the food, then. Let's see if they dropped at the same speed. So I'm guessing this has dropped down to 67. I wonder if this has dropped down to 67 as well. I'm guessing this still classifies as indoors. 68. Ooh. We'll keep going from there. No. Yes? Can you pass me the paracetamol? I see it. Joe. Good stuff. No worries. Right. Let's go and repair that arrow. And then let's sort out your man, the rabbit. Because he's definitely needs to be introduced to the world of Nom. There we go, we'll have all of that. We'll go downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Drop that off, which is nice. Thank you very much to Ollers there. Finally, I catch your stream. Thank you very much for the 4 months, sir. Good to have you in. Excellent stuff. Just whack that straight on the barbie. Doesn't seem like it's going to let me drop. No, I can just leave it on there. You've always got to drop your meat on the floor before you eat it, chat. Everybody knows that. Intestinal parasite risk is still pretty high. We'll just go for another piece of venison. Keep my calorie intake up. Yeah, if I can definitely get some more venison in, that'll be fantastic. Because then I'll definitely have enough to survive the nights and stuff, which is great. Another piece of hide down here, which is perfect. Another gut as well, which is great. Thank you very much for the bits. 200 again. What is your opinion on Valorant? I have no opinion on Valorant. Because I have no desire to play Valorant, unfortunately. I don't know. I thought the whole thing with, like, the key drops thing was pretty shitty. Like, it was a marketing tactic for sure. Like, basically what it did was loads of people want it. If you make something artificially rare, then people want it. Not because it's any good. I can't tell you how much I spent on shitty tier 3 premium tanks for World of Tanks in the day, just because of the fact they were rare. You know, people want what they can't get, kind of thing. So people wanted Valorant keys, not because necessarily the game was any good, just because of how rare it was. And then some people will maybe even selling those keys on.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously they make these keys incredibly rare, and the fact that, like, barely anyone can get them, and obviously they market it to people as, oh yes, you got to watch the streamers to get it, which obviously gets the streamers their revenue and stuff. I wasn't a big fan. I wasn't a big fan of how it was done. I think there are better, you know, less cunty ways to roll out a beta for a game. Because it just ended up with people having, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, like, bots on the channel just waiting to collect a key, and then the people that actually did want to play, the real people, couldn't get in at all. That's one man's opinion, I guess. Right, so we drop that off, we drop those off. I do need to take an extra bandage with me, just because I've seen better days with my bandages, so we'll take one of those there. It's a really boring game to watch. Personally think the game looks shit as well, yeah. I'm not a big fan of it. And we can drop off our spare stim pack as well, our epinephrine pen. I did say I was going to fix that arrow up, and maybe I still will. But we're warm and the daylight's good, so I might head back out again. Breaking the arrow down is something for a crap day. Let's head on back. Let's head back on out. Let's see if we can't find any more wildlife out here. We know there's at least 1 or 2 deers out over this way. Might have a chance to drop those off. It's just CXGO with Overwatch graphics. Hey, why invent your own winning formula if 2 people did it already? We'll just slam the 2 ideas into each other and they come up with Valorant. Not my cup of tea. I've never been big on shooters, though, to be honest. I guess it's a little bit biased. I've never been a massive fan of shooters, just as a rule of thumb. Boomer aim is a saying thrown around here. Thank you very much for the 100 bits again there, Mr. Cal. I do think... Sorry, I think it tries to do a lot. It does try to do a lot. It's trying really hard. Let's see if that blizzard knocked my arrow out of the tree. I shouldn't really be sprinting, but... Oh no, look at it. This honestly is just... It's just the saddest moment in my life, right there. Okay, let me see if I can grab another deer, because if I can grab another deer, I'm well set. Oh, shit. Not what I wanted to do. Didn't seem to be a way to release that. Right, I'm going to have to really snipe this guy, ain't I? Right overhead. Oh, that was a good hit. I'll track that for sure. That was a good hit in the ribs. There he goes. I want my arrow, bro. So you and me, we're giving chase for a little while. Weather's not quite as cold anymore either. Use your rifle, you twat. No, I want to train the bow skill. There's a good opportunity to train the bow skill. As long as I can kind of keep up with the guy. He's heading over towards the cars there. One or two wolves out there. At least I know roughly where he's gone. We'll stay on the blood track. God, they do move quickly, don't they? That was a meat hit, though. That was a really good hit in his side. I'm not expecting to lose that. I know it seems daft, but if I become proficient enough in rifle usage, I really won't need the what's-it for much longer. I've got to get that arrow out of his ribs. I've got to track him with some speed. He should go down relatively quickly. Like I say, it was a good shot. And bows do 10% more damage, which is very nice.
Oh, yeah.
No eyes on him. Temperature's a little bit cold. I can grab some firewood while I'm out here. And I'm not too far away from the barn, which is something I need to obviously... may need to rendezvous at, based on how much aggro I get going home. Shouldn't be too bad, though, because if I get this deer, I'll be in a very good place.
Yeah.
Thank you very much there to Asari Enthusiast there for the tier 1 sub. Very, very kind of you. And thank you also to Red Riding Hood for the 21 months. Very, very kind of you both there. Awesome stuff. I do apologise if I miss things in chat as well. Like, it goes without saying, like, I do kind of, like, have to keep my head on a reasonable swivel. The snow is starting to snow in his footprints already. I'm quite surprised. There's still quite large drops of blood, because as he's running, that arrowhead is going to be wiggling around in there, causing him to hemorrhage. No sign of anything just yet. The blood is fresh though, so as the blood hits the... yeah, as the snow hits the warm blood, it doesn't quite cover it. Is this him? Here he is. The only problem is my arrow. How would I get to that? I feel like I might have to quarter the guy. It's going to take an hour. Hypothermia risk is a real issue here. How far am I from the other homestead? I'm quite close.
God, freezing.
Rip arrow. I might be able to quarter him and get the arrow back. But I'm going to be very cold. I'm very far away from any kind of buildings. I've just kind of got to make a decision here on whether I want to spend the night here. No, there's the buildings up there. I'll spend... If it comes to that, I'll spend some time up there. Okay, let's quarter and try and get my arrow back if I can. Just have a quick feely around, make sure that I don't get it. It's fallen on this side. You should always try and attack deers from the other side, I guess. Right, let us quarter him. See whether I get that back. Did I not have an option to just pick it up? I don't believe I did.
Oh, yeah.
Too much stuff to carry.
I'm guessing I didn't get that arrow back. Oh no, I did. I did. I got the arrow back when I quartered him. Lovely. Do I want to spend... I suppose if I can get back to the barn. It's not an enormous distance. There's less wolves this way. So it looked like I got it, did I? Thank you very much for the 500 bits, Raven. Good to have you in. Good day to you, Private Pile. I appreciate that. It's going to be really good. I do have one of my energy drinks if I get in a pinch. If I need to sprint, but I really don't want to if I can avoid that. Now, I don't have a revolver, which is probably a little bit of a mistake on my part, but unfortunately, if you come out with everything, if you bring your rifle with you in case there's bears, and your revolver with you in case there's fucking, wolves, and then you take your bow with you, and just in case you run into a deer or two, you do end up in a world of shit. That goes that way.
Oh,
we're not far from the barn.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I've got a couple of interested parties coming in from behind me. Thank you very much there to Backkip for the tier 1 sub. Revolver is plenty to kill off a bear. Yeah, okay, maybe. What I might be doing, chat, is spending some time down at the barn here, I think. Unless I reckon I can get all the way home with what I have, I'm going to be very tired, and I'm not necessarily going to be outpacing any wolves like this. Cold shouldn't be too much of an issue, it's just wolves at this point. The more sensible move would definitely to have gone to the house up there, but... who needs sensible? Oh, you fucker. Okay, that's really bad. Right, get off him. Get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. That's not good. Right. Okay, condition's been better. Let's go for the flare. Shouldn't like the light. Barn is going to be the way I'm going. Barn it is. I've got my bedroll. I don't think I can decoy, because I've only got enormous sacks of meat. I'm going to go for the barn, chat. I'm very fatigued. Car? No. I want to... I don't know whether that's the guy I hit, because he seems to have a bit of a limp on. I guess he's desperate. Can't imagine there's much food out here for him. If we get into the barn, we can potentially cook some of this stuff up. We'll have to break down some crates. I think I even have some herbal tea with me. But we can definitely rest and then make the excursion in the morning. What's going to be really bad is if he rushes me, because then I am going to be in real trouble, because he's probably got enough to kill me there. I am very close to death here, more than my tone of voice really gives me. Just got to try and keep the distance on him. I'm not sure whether there's a door on this side. I think there is. Very close to being Extremely fatigued. There is a door. I see you. We're here for the screams. I'd rather not scream this late. I know, like, given the choice. Are we there? Let me have it. I'm in. Whew, okay. ASMR screams, that's it. You can decoy with the guts. Ah, okay, that's good. Right, what I want to do then, we're going to be getting warm and stuff, which means our condition isn't going to be dropping. We did not suffer too much else, I've just got to make sure I stay reasonably warm. Right, what I want to do is break down some stuff, because obviously the fatigue is going to be setting in the not too distant future, but I want to make sure I've definitely got enough water. I want to light up a fire if I can. It's going to take 45 minutes to break that down, so let's do it. Lovely. We'll take our reclaimed wood over here and we'll get the fire going. Then we can eat what we have in terms of stock, then take the rest back to the house.
Disappearing.
Let's take our fire striker here. I think I've got, let's go for just a roll of newspaper, or let's go for a tinder plug. Why not? Start up a fire and then we'll go from there. When you exit the barn and cross the main road, keep going straight to the edge of the map. There could be a maple spawn point near a cave. Okay, well we've still got to go rambling through the woods for one anyway. I feel like exploring off towards behind the village on the right, I think, is going to be a good way to go. Fire striker has been ruined. I came out here with a fair bit of firewood on me, to be fair. Probably why I was so heavy. Right, cooking spot. Let us... Oh god, we've got to prepare, haven't we? Shit, I didn't realise we'd have to do that. Okay, well we only need to prepare one thing. We only need to harvest one of these. How long is it going to take? 8 minutes. Going to do that. I've only got to get enough to eat like one or two things, then I can take the rest down there in the morning. Let us cook up the herbal tea. Just whack the mug right on there. And then let us, in the other cooking slot, put some of our venison, which is very nice. That should last the night. I should probably fillet it, but... we'll see. Should last me at least a moment. I can get my bedroll ready. Ready for a beautiful kip on the floor. That's where you bring your bedroll with you, folks. Exhibit A right there. Right, we'll grab our herbal tea now. We'll pass time until that's ready. The tea should still be relatively warm. We'll eat that. It's going to fill us up for the night. We'll drink the hot tea. Genuine Jaina Belch there. That's going to be warming us up nicely, and then we can hit the sack for like 12 hours. That's going to be really restful sleep as well, which is fantastic. That is a big wall of text, Citrus. Okay. Let's fire this up. Now, it sounds like, as I'm sure you can hear outside, that the weather is pretty disagreeable. Now, that is bad in that, obviously, it's shit. But also good. We're full healed there with that tea, that's fantastic. But also good, due to the fact that, like, we can potentially use the cover of this blizzard to meander on home. Now, the safest way to do that, rather than cutting across the field and potentially missing the house, is probably going to be taking the road, but to be honest, this looks shit, doesn't it? Without any real light. Let's head back inside for a moment. We'll wait for an hour. We'll see whether the vision improves. I doubt it will. This is probably going to be a good day to read books, if nothing else. I don't think we're going to get much done. Pass time, I guess. I can't sleep. We can pass time for an hour. Guess we can pass time for another hour. We'll sleep for an hour, and then we'll see what's going on. This is like my favourite game. I'm glad Seagal. Steven Seagal's favourite game is The Long Dark. Let's pick up here. This blizzard's been raging for a good couple of hours. We nearly got caught out in this. I just realised I think I just wasted a shitload of kerosene by not turning my light off. Okay, well, I suppose I've got to get rid of it anyway. This is positively shocking weather. All I need to do is get to the road and head right. Pretty sure this is the road. Turn that off. Put it away. I don't like travelling in this kind of weather, but I don't even know if I'm taking the right road. Pretty sure I am. Yeah, I'm taking the right road. Okay. We'll knock our bow. Animals should not realistically be able to smell me in this kind of weather. Just check the trunk of this car. Just pry bar it open. Nothing. Okay. Open the hood. There was a battery in there for firearm manufacturing. I could potentially grab the car because I've got some gunpowder now, which means I can take the lead and potentially manufacture some revolver rounds because I have some casings left. Definitely do with some better warm winter gear now. This deer hide is going to be fantastic for that though, because again we're going to be able to manufacture. I'll probably go boots first. Actually, I know I said I was probably going to go with trousers, but I think I'll go with boots first, just to help insulate a bit better than the military boots that I'm wearing. So we're going to come to a bridge before we reach the barn. So it's when we reach Contemplation Bridge, I think it is. Oh, not Contemplation Bridge, I forget which bridge it is, but it is a waypoint. Once we get there, we'll be alright.
Oh,
but again, visibility and scent is going to be all over the place in a blizzard like this. No one's going to be able to do any tracking. So whilst it is extremely inhospitable to move in, unless... sorry, I think someone heard me. I think, yeah, unless we're extremely unlucky kind of thing, and we just stumble into a wolf like within a few feet of the road, we're going to be okay. I do have full condition though, thanks to that herbal tea I brought with me. Here's the road bridge. So now what we're looking for is a right-hand fork with some power lines. If we get really bad, we could sort of shack up in the small barn by the road, but I think more realistically, it's going to be a case of just making it all the way to the house. Are you playing story mode or survival? I'm playing survival mode. I'm not a big fan of the story mode, to be honest. I'm not only gripe with the story, but with the gameplay. I feel a game like this is best put in as a sandbox. I feel the storytelling of the world... I feel the storytelling was necessary for the world building. Why does the Aurora, cause all this damage, And it's interesting to see, the game from the point of view of someone who lived and worked in this environment and how it's devolved into this state. I think it's very good from a storytelling aspect, but unfortunately I don't like the fact that this game basically I think I just heard a fur limb blow off. I think this is our turn in as well. Pretty sure if this is where that barn is. I'm pretty sure there's a barn on the right here somewhere. There's that barn, so this is our turn in. We just got to kind of stumble our way over to the house. Here are the orchard trees. We'll get inside and we'll get warm. Ooh. Wind has dropped significantly. Ooh. Cheeky. I'll scoot round, I can see the house. Visibility's improving quite a bit. There's a deer on house. Might be able to grab him as well. Only once these wolves have fucked off. There's a pack rolled in. Not bad, because I do need to sink one of these, but we'll see what we can do. I'll probably take my revolver out to smoke one of these guys. Pleasant Valley Farmstead. Weather really changed for the better here, which is great. Nice. Right. In we get here. And he just broke off. Okay, so temperature of this meat is 67. Condition of the stuff in the freezer is 58. Okay, so the stuff on the porch lasts a lot longer. Okay, that said,
Starting to weigh me down.
we are going to bring all of this stuff out here then. Can you co-op? You cannot co-op on this Captain Django, unfortunately. Right, so we're going to put our wolf meat, like, just here. Actually, click. There we go. I'm going to put our wolf meat over here. And our venison just off this side as well. Lovely. So that should keep a little bit better out here. We've obviously got to cook this up. We're going to get warm. Probably need to eat a bit of that, but never mind, eh? No more risk of intestinal parasites, which is nice. Also a good opportunity to get warm, which is great. I will put the raw stuff into here for now, just for storage. It's not going to last very long. I've got this spare fire striker. I'm pretty sure that's nothing I can do with that anymore. Pretty sure that's a write-off. Drop these somewhere. Where am I dropping? What am I dropping? Hello? What am I doing? Dropping. I do need to drop this. This is like weighing me down. I'm sure I'd like some firewood. There we go. That's what I'm dropping. Dropping a bit of that. Got all of these spare matches, which I do not plan to use in the near future, because I am surviving off of my fire strikers for the time being. Which is great stuff. Believe it or not, I survived for like hundreds and hundreds of days, right, on a Stalker save that I played before, right? And the thing that I was in danger of running out of the most was matches. Like, you just they're kind of so common at the start that you don't really think about using them. Like, you don't really give it a second thought. And then all of a sudden, you're like, oh shit, I've got none left. I've like run out of matches and stuff. So, you know, weather permitting, I might, you know, if I get like a nice sunny day, I might go outside and cook on the like the barbie. Probably don't want to put that there. I probably want to put them closer to the back. I don't want to accidentally grab a bottle of lighter fluid and drink that in the night. That's probably not ideal. We've also got a couple of like spare newspapers and stuff, which I think I'm just going to throw on the floor here because I'm not really using them. I'll rip up a couple of them for tinder plugs, but apart from that, there's no real need to keep them with me. Let's begin crafting that from newsprint rolls. They are getting nice and warm.